Slide the spring clamp back in place. And either using the new rubber bushing or the older factory bushing, put on the bottom of the fuel pump. Hold down. Align this hole from the fuel filter to the frame of the sending unit. Take the fuel sending unit, the actual gauge or the actual sensor. Be careful not to bend the arm. A good service hint right here is if your vehicle has close to 60,000 miles, Subaru recommends changing this fuel filter at 60,000. So if you're near it, you might as well change this filter out at the same time. If you're not, it's safe to go ahead and just reuse it. Slide the plastic piece into place, put the rubber hose. That's the fuel return line. Make sure all the clips are in place. Lastly, push down on this clip a little, put a little tension on it, carefully reinstall the fuel temperature sensor. This is the rubber gasket I was talking about earlier. As this car is a low mileage car and this gasket is not damaged, I'm going to continue to use it. If your vehicle is old or if there's any cracks in this rubber, I strongly suggest replacing this gasket. Now the finished unit is ready for installation back into the car. So reinstalling the unit back into the tank. Place the filter end down, or the pre-filter down first into the tank. You can bend the level arm slightly to make it fit. So with the sending unit roughly installed, you have to be careful not to pinch any of the hoses, damage the gasket, the wiring harness, or drop anything inside the tank. Again, this is where 3 hands would really come in handy. So now with the fuel sending unit properly located back in, carefully put the 8mm nuts back on. And I'd have to emphasize the point of just snug. The threaded studs can easily snap off if you tighten these too much. Break one of those off and you're dropping the gas tank. Reconnect the electrical connector, the fuel supply, the fuel return, and the fuel tank vent line. At this point, before you put the cover back on, go to the driver's side of the car, turn the key on, make sure you hear the fuel pump whir. Do that about 3 or 4 times to pressurize the fuel system. And before putting the cover on, take a quick look and make sure there's no fuel leaks here or here. Once you have the access cover back in place, all you have left to do is to put the 2 parts of the seat back in and you're done with this job. As always, make sure you disconnect the battery at the very beginning, and the last thing you should do is reconnect the battery. That's it.